Clair program again, starting up with the St. Clair program again, and Ian Jansen will kick off. Deep for Clintondale is Higgins and number 21 Johnson, and Ian Jansen, number 8, waiting for the signal from the referee to start the second half. Low line drive kick, but hard. Directly at Higgins, right up the middle. And he's tackled at the 35, number 75 for St. Clair. That's Caleb Melberg. Nice tackle in the open field.
The kickoff team did really well staying in their lanes that time. Sometimes, you just glob towards the ball, and all of a sudden the outside opens up.
That's number 36. Jared St. James getting the signals. And again, Clintondale comes out at single wing. Number 3, pass it quickly to Higgins. He's got some room on the right side. Just that speed there. Beat St. Clair to the outside, and that play was designed to come left. And after the reversal of the field, the Saints just could not stay with him.
Nope, and that's the please stay at home, because that it didn't take long for that ball to go from one side of the field to the other.
And it's hard to practice for that kind of speed.
Yes, yeah, absolutely yes.
All right, Clintondale, another first down, and they've not been very successful grinding it out, but they get the yardage in chunks. Number 1 this time, Yanni Higgins is the tailback, and I think the right end jumped. And that's going to be, again, an illegal procedure penalty on Clintondale. They'll make it 1st and 15 from their own 42.
They've certainly been hurt, and we've certainly been helped by their penalties.
Correct. That's really kind of tamped them down a bit, and so far worked in our favor. All right, again, Higgins, number 1. He's the tailback, take the direct snap. Oh, this time to Cleo Wade, and Wade stopped short by, looks like, number 44. Or Morosky and Miller made the play. Gain of about -1 makes it 2nd and 16. So again, the single wing, there's no quarterback under the center. The quarterback is essentially a blocking back. There's a direct snap to one of the 2 backs at the end of the backfield. This one goes to Johnson. Johnson comes this way, tripped up. Looked like number 22, Deion Turner, made the tackle, and Johnson still got about positive momentum of about 7 or 8 yards. That'll make it 3rd down and about 7. And he almost ran out of that one, that tackle, but managed to stop him.
He strings it across here to the left, and then he cuts back behind his block.
All right. Higgins rolls right.
Uh-oh.
Wide open is number 32. Can he get it to him? Looks like the pass is going to be short, and knocked away by Mon and maybe Jennison.
Yep.
Hard to tell, but that was a good defensive play. The receiver was out beyond, but rolling that direction on your offhand, it's hard to set your feet and throw it back that far. And that was a left-hander thrower. All right, so Clintondale, for the first time all evening, will be actually in punt formation.
Great coverage that time.
Good recovery by Mon and Jennison. Punts Willis. Good snap. Boy, that was a good snap.
Goodness,
and
it's
a
so,
high, booming punt. And fair catch, but it was down by number 10 for Clintondale, Jonathan Moreland, and that was an impressive punt against the wind, and he put that a long way in the air.
That was the whole thing was remarkable. The snap was back there quickly, like an arrow.
All right, St. Clair ball now. They'll start on the 23. I'm sorry, yeah, 23-yard line. Augusta, Mon and Turner. Jansen to the right. Tight formation, otherwise 2 tight ends. Ethan Mon breaks the line of scrimmage. Hard running by Ethan Mon out to about the 31, 32-yard line. He's going to be close to a first down, but maybe a yard or 2 short. And Ethan Mon gets to the second level so quickly.
Absolutely. He's very shifty. He sets his blocks up well.
Night Saints have second and about 2. Long 1, short 2. Good down to maybe take a chance on something down the field. And you can see there's no one in the middle of the field hardly for Clintondale. That looked like a little cross action, and it was well diagnosed by Clintondale. In fact, essentially pushed it back into the offensive backfield. And when that happens, it's hard to make positive yardage on a running play. That'll make a third loss of about 2, 3rd and 4. Saints would really like to get something going here. Start of this second half, first drive of the second half, put some points on the board, get a little momentum going. They trail 26-14. Under 8 to go here, third quarter. Augusta. Again, Mon breaks through the middle.
There you go.
And he has enough for a first down. Ethan Mon. Good run that time. Tackles by Moreland again, but Saints with Ethan Mon leading the way get another first down. Out to about the 38-yard line.
He hit the hole very quickly, and there was a hole there.
Yep.
Nice job by the
no
line.
hesitation, and just did a nice job that time. And as I say, it gets to the secondary so quickly, it's 5, 6, 7 yards before you can even react. Augusta under center, takes a snap. Again, Mon this time hit hard. Number 0, Cleo Ward, and we've called his name a lot on defense, and he's done a very nice job for Centerline, and that time, or Clintondale, and he put the stop to that play very quickly.
The left side of Clintondale's line seems sturdier than the right side.
Well, Cleo Ward is listed at 5'10", 200 pounds, and that's for a high school, that's a good height and weight for a linebacker. Right. They gave us a gain of about a half yard, 2nd and 9. Saints on their own 38. Augusta takes the snap. This time to Turner. Turner cuts off his own blocker, runs hard up to about the 45-yard line. And there's a flag coming in late. I don't think they're going to say that there was a fumble, a face mask, though, against the Dragons. And that's going to be 15 yards for the Saints. And that will put them well into Clintondale territory. Oh, 5 yards. I'm sorry. I didn't realize there was a 5-yard face mask penalty in high school. I thought everything was 15. And that'll be, so I guess that's an inadvertent glancing grasp of the face mask. Saints still first down. 1st and 10 on the 50. Saints get a little bit of a drive going here. A couple first downs in a row. Augusta takes a snap, rolls right, fakes a pitch, and tackled nicely there, number 56, Julian Toko, and that was a good play by the defensive line of Clintondale, and that was a loss of almost 6 or 7 yards.
He's been a rock on that side of the line tonight. He is a big fellow.
Yeah. Number 56, Julian Toko, again listed 6'1", 202, just a sophomore.
Yes, that might be a guess. He's grown since they took those
Might be
stats.
an LB or two short, eh?
Yes, yes.
All right, Mon into the hole quickly. And Wade again with the tackle. And Ethan having a little trouble getting up. He twisted his ankle a bit there. And he's going to limp off the field. Number 21, Brendan Ruba, comes in. Third down and about 13. And the Saints need to get a little excitement going. The crowd's kind of lost its enthusiasm. Not a lot of noise in the crowd right now, and Saints need to make something happen this drive. Augusta takes the snap. Pitch quickly to Ruba. Ruba turns left, got a hole.
Nice
Brendan Ruba with some moves and all the way down the left-hand sideline and tackled out of bounds inside the 30. And first run of the evening for Brendan Ruba, and he does a great job.
Very nice run. He cut in, he set up the tackler, moved outside around him. Very quick. Nice run.
Number 21, Brendan Ruba, is a sophomore, and showed some excellent moves and good speed there. Get to the outside and made a big play happen. All right, so Saints now. 1st and 10 on the 29 of Clintondale. And this is just what, frankly, you talked about, a long drive and make the Dragon defense stay on the field.
Yep. Let them get tired.
Augusta takes a snap.
Now, complete this, and we got it.
Looks right. And two Saints are going after it, and I think there's going to be interference. Couldn't see who it was on. Pass interference.
Good.
Clintondale.
Another penalty. We'll take it.
And then again, that's a 15-yard penalty for St. Clair. And these penalties have helped move the ball down the field. And again, it'll be a first down for St. Clair, and they're going to be doing business on the 14-yard line of Clintondale.
Not that it's impossible, but it's highly unusual to have two receivers in the same place at the same time. Worked out for us, but it's unusual.
It looked like one of those things where maybe the timing broke down and Cowan had to hold the ball longer on that rollout than possibly he wanted to, and as a result, the receivers got close together, but worked out for the Saints. 1st and 10 on the 14, and Augusta now. Takes a snap, hands it off to Ruba. Ruba cuts inside, and gets about 4 or 5 yards. Again, a tackle by Wade. But Ruba down to about the 10-yard line, gain of 4, and that's a good positive gain in this part of the field. Saints bring in their heavy package with the two tight ends, Gottler and Stevikevich. And we'll go one wide out, two tight ends, which usually means a run, but might be some deception involved. Turner, Ruba deep in the backfield. Hand off to Ruba. He's got some room. Turns, and he scores. Tremendous run. Brendan Ruba.
Very quick. Nice spin at the end.
And he finished that run in the end zone. His first touchdown, and you got to think that young man's pretty excited.
Very
Terrific
happy.
job. All right, they're going to look for two here, and Ruba and the offense comes back in. That makes it 26-20, and the Saints are right back in this ball game.
And Brandon only a sophomore. He's going to get better in this offense as they learn it.
That was a nice run, though, because he had
Nice
a lot of traffic and then had to finish it with a nice spin into
Nice
the end
spin,
zone.
Yes. Hit the line very quickly. And there was a hole again.
All right, with 3:35 left here in the third quarter. Saints now within 6 and looking to get a 2-point conversion here. Augusta. And I think going to have to be timeout. It just didn't go well because there was a little confusion about whether to go for 1 or 2, and then by the time they got out there, just used up a little bit too much time. So had to call a timeout. Got to call a timeout. This is a play to do it.
So
Scoring play, and make sure you get it right. And
right.
So Saints talk it over. This won't get the game within a score, within a field goal's reach, but it really makes it. If they score another touchdown, they get those 2 points. They're going to be ahead.
Yep.
If they can hold Clintondale. So important play.
Simplifies the game. Simplifies the strategy anyway.
Really impressed with Brendan Ruba. Not easy to come in. Ethan Mon's been a extremely good ball carrier for the last 2 years, but Ruba's come in and helped out quite a bit. All right, Saints back on the field. Turner up close. Jansen split shortly on the right, and Ruba deep. Augusta under center. Takes a snap. Augusta cuts it in, and I think he drags a tackler into the end zone. Count Augusta. Makes it good from 3 yards.
I'm not sure that's how they drew it up, but it was successful.
It looks like he was supposed to hand it off that
time. It did
time,
look like that, yes.
But it worked. And don't have to worry about, it doesn't have to look pretty, it just has to work. All right, Saints. Big play, I think, holding Clintondale in that first drive, and then took the punt, and with some help from Clintondale penalties, moved methodically down the field. All right, this is going to be a key period of time here. The next 5 or 6 minutes, Clintondale will go back on offense, and Saints, if they can hold them there, I think there's the momentum will have shifted from one side to the other. All right, Picklehop is now kicking off. And deep are Higgins. Line drive kick, hits and skips, picked up by Higgins. And Higgins cuts back, lots of room. Still got room. Higgins on the side, turns the corner, and is tackled at about the 42-yard line. For Saints, number 20, Christian Jamero makes the play. Higgins he's a quick runner. There's no question about that.
He's very quick, and that seems to be their offense is in order to gain 20 yards, you have to run 60.
You start one way, and it's kind of like a golf drive where it starts over on one end of this fairway and heads at the other. Yeah. All right. Clintondale ball on their own 43. 1st and 10. And even more stacked than usual here. Yeah. Higgins, and there's
counter.
Aizano on the counter, and again, 9 yards, 10 yards.
Now that was a little different in that they had a blocker in front of them that time. That the majority of the backfield moved to the left, but he and the blocker went to the right. There's all kinds of things you can do with this offense.
Yeah, there really is. I mean, you don't have kind of the normal positions, but obviously there's a lot of deception, and with all the people that can handle the ball, it's hard to figure out who's got it half the time. All right, 2nd down, just 1 yard to go. Saints really need a stop here around half midfield. Johnson, and he's brought down after a gain about another 6 or 7 yards.
That
That'll
was
be a first
definitely
down.
a broken play. I think he was trying to hand off to someone who just wasn't there.
And they've used a lot of people, as I said it before, in that tailback position, and they handle the ball, and it's hard to expect 5 different high school players are going to know what to do each time they get the ball like that. But it's worked.
Well, there's a danger of having a 2 quarterback system, let alone a 5 quarterback
Which
system.
is, very close to what they have here. All right, spread here. This is Washington looking deep. Long pass. Oh,
back.
Terrific catch that time by Higgins. It's touchdown. Clintondale. That was just a really nice play.
That
He came
was
back.
really well played.
Came back for that pass and just made a terrific play. Give credit. It was actually a very good pass too by Washington. That's the again, throwing against your body and throwing it that far against the wind, that was a good play. All right, that makes it 32-22. Dragons up. And again, I believe they're going to be trying for a 2-point conversion because of the score. Get them up by 14 again. The Saints just have not been able to stop them on a consistent
just
basis
on a big
tonight.
Play. Yep. Stop them, stop them, stop them. Oops.
Yep. All right. Washington is in the tailback position. Higgins next to him. Rolls right. Cuts it up and scores easily. But there's going to be a penalty, I believe, holding against Clintondale. So that'll come back, and they'll have another opportunity to try from about the 18-yard line. That was called very quickly in the middle of the line, and when you see a penalty flag go there, that's almost always a hold. All right, see what Clintondale tries here. Again, they're going to be going for 2. Number 3 is Washington. He's deep. Yeah. I've been wondering about some of the spots. They called that a 10-yard penalty, and I think they're watching too much NFL football because that's 15 yards in high school. All right. Washington and Johnson in the backfield. Again, Washington rolling right. Throws it up. Knocked away that time by St. Clair. Ian Jansen made the play. And
nice
Saints
play
have stopped
time.
it.
Nice coverage.
But the Dragons did score. They make it 32-22 quickly. So there's 2 minutes and 2 seconds left here, third quarter. And the Saints will get the ball back and have an opportunity to even up that score again. Deep this time be Jansen, and number 7 is Austin Swieger. Mon has not returned to the game since getting his ankle twisted. He's resting right now with ice on it. There must have been some sort of penalty against St. Clair because they're kicking off from their 45. I didn't see any call there, but
didn't see a flag.
Clintondale kicks off with Willis. Long line drive. Oh, that went off the leg, and that's going to be out of bounds at about the 1.5-yard line. That one's going to be tough. All right, Saints really backed up and will be operating out of their own end zone. They did that successfully in the first quarter, but this is not ideal for field position down here. All right, 32-22, 2 minutes left, third quarter. Augusta takes the play in. Again, Saints could really use a big play to give themselves just a little bit of room, operating room, as they're deep in their own territory. Augusta under center. Takes the snap. Straight ahead is Ruba. Looks like it might be a gain of 3 or 4 yards out to the 5. Again, got a little bit of territory, a little bit of room.
You need some room to operate down there. Otherwise it stops your offense simply because you don't have any room.
All right. Second down, 7 yards to go. Augusta under center. Takes a snap. Comes back. Kind of a draw play that time to Ruba. And maybe another 2-yard gain. So it's going to be third and about 5. for the Saints. Clock running down to a minute to play, third quarter. The wind has really died down, so I don't think it makes much of a difference now which way you're punting or kicking. But, you know, the Saints would really need to get a first down here, keep possession of the football. Snap to Augustus. Pitch this time to Ruba. Cuts it up, but corralled by a number of Dragons.
Wow.
Number 4 was Paris, and I think number 10, Moreland, made the play there on the right-hand side, and the Saints will be punting from their end zone. Stan Pickelhoff will be punting right from the end line. Got to be careful not to step on the end line, as that's a safety.
Has to be a good snap.
And that's the end of the third quarter. So Saints get to talk it over a bit. Saints trail the Dragons 32-22 at the end of 3. Let's send it to a commercial. We'll be back at the start of the fourth quarter.
You're not just buying a car, you're part of the ever-growing family at St. Clair Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Make the 15-minute drive from Port Huron and lease the Silverado or Sierra for just $149 a month.
Mount Clemens, you're only 18 minutes away from a great deal on a Terrain or an Equinox for $139 a month.
Drive 15 minutes from Richmond and lease a Buick Encore starting at $98 a month.
Always get top dollar for your trade.
Come join our family because we care in St. Clair.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the fourth quarter. John Carter along with Denny White. Saints fourth down on their own 3 or 4 yard line, and Stan Pickelhoff will be punting out of the end zone. Clintondale, Higgins, and Johnson on about the Saint 36 to receive the punt. Little hold up from the referees again. All right, ball's in play. As you said, key to have a good snap here. They were trying to draw him off, I think. Give themselves a little bit more room, but Clintondale didn't budge. Not really. That's actually a pretty good play to try. There's not much to lose, frankly. And but Clintondale showed good discipline, didn't jump, and the Saints had to use a timeout. And they will still be punting on fourth down. And one of the dangers here, Coach, is the line really has to stay in the block on this type of punt. And as a result, you don't get great coverage downfield.
You don't. And
with these quick runners, that's dangerous. All right, Pickelhoff back in the end zone. And it's a lonely feeling back there as a punter right now. Snap is to him. Punt. Line drive. And actually took a good hop for the St. Clair and went out of bounds. And that worked out pretty well, actually.
They hit the ball on the 40, and we had it on the 1. That's a pretty good exchange.
That's pretty good exchange.
Yep, we'll do that.
Good job by Pickelhoff that time to get the Saints out. That's the second time actually he's done that. He had a good punt in the first half also from deep down in his own end zone. So, but still, the Dragons take over again on the Saint 40, and Saints got to find some way to stop this offense.
It has to be, yep.
It's hard to win any football game, but certainly high school football games when you're giving up 40 plus points a game, and that's where the Saints defense is right now.
Yep.
All right, Higgins deep. And this time as Johnson takes the direct snap, he's got a lot of room. Good block out
nice
there.
Nice block. Wow.
And Johnson into the end zone with a 40-yard touchdown. And I couldn't see who it was, but there was just a devastating block on the wide receiver. Here's the replay. There's Johnson, 21, going around. Watch, number 25 really gets a good block here. Watch this. Excellent block. That's what's key to a good run, is downfield blocking. And, Coach, this kid's quick. Johnson's got good speed there, beats the angle, and he scores.
Yeah, and he has to take the responsibility for setting up that blocker, because he cut in and set up the blocker and then went back outside. Very nicely done.
Number 25, Chris Rucker for Clintondale, really opened that play up and did a nice job on that kind of block. It's not an easy one. All right, this time Washington down deep. Higgins, and it's good. And Higgins is down in the back of the end zone. Oh, might have a cramp there.
Yeah.
That's the classic when you have someone push the top of your foot. That's usually an indication of cramp. But from what I've seen now, Higgins is a very good runner, but he's got some really nice moves as a receiver. That was a good play there, and he made a great play back on the other side on the long pass. So that's a nice pair of hands, and he's done a nice job both running the ball but also catching the ball.
Right, and there's an advantage to Clintondale for using so many quarterbacks, which allows them to use so many receivers. It's hard to cover somebody if you're covering for the first or second time.
Yep. Now, there must have been some penalty on that play. Again, we didn't see it, but Clintondale has to line up again, this time from the 18 for the 2-point conversion. And Deontay Higgins is still in the corner of the end zone, working on getting that cramp worked out of his leg. Not a fun feeling.
No, whatever this penalty was, it's 15 yards.
Yeah. Been certainly a lot of penalties, and Clintondale's been the unfortunate receiver of most of them, but hasn't stopped their offense.
Has not. As you have mentioned more than once, it's a matter of we stop them, we stop them, we stop them. Oops, they break one.
All right, so next week, St. Clair will be taking on Port Huron Northern. Tough opponent. They had, as you mentioned, a barn burner against Marine City, but the Mariners managed to knock off Northern last week, but they're 1-1 on the season. It's an away game for the Saints, and certainly Northern will be not an easy opponent.
No, it's an outstanding, particularly offensive unit. And you're going to be playing away, and you're going to be playing on grass. So the Saints certainly have their work cut out for them.
All right, Higgins hobbling literally off the field. And Clintondale will put a couple of players out there to help him off here. And that's a good idea, actually, because it could have taken much of the rest of the game at that speed. All right. The Dragons now on the 18-yard line, looking to get the point after. Again, here's a reverse.
There you go.
And fumbled forward. I can't do that on that kind of play, and that was called. Good play out there by Mike Morawski. Nice defensive play that time by St. Clair. Stopped the 2-point try and holds the score to 38-22. Certainly it's a two-score game if Saints can get 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions, but the issue is in between there they've got to hold the Dragons.
Yes, they do.
All right. Jansen and Schwieger deep. Number 52, Dominic Willis. kickoff duties. He's actually an offensive tackle, kind of given the single wing. Probably Luke Rosa is a direct
That's right.
descendant.
That's true.
Don't see that many offensive tackles are also the place kicker, but it's a short kick picked up by an up player for St. Clair.
Boom.
Delivers a blow.
Nice collision there. That's called delivering a blow.
That was, I think, again, Jared St. James. And, that's, you gotta love that. That was just a football collision right there, and that one, Jared won.
And he certainly did.
The lower pads win, and his pads were lower.
That's one way you say, I know I'm supposed to fall on this, but no, I'll give it a shot.
So Saints have the ball at the 45. And let's see if they can get something going on offense. Jansen right, Augusta under center. Turner and Ruba. Fake this time to Ruba. Augusta, not much time, open, and incomplete that time. Good pass from Augusta. In and out of the hands of Deion Turner. And it'll be second down and 10. Also Schwieger back in. Replaces Stefan Kevich. Saints open up the formation a little bit. Schwieger left. Jansen right. Augusta under center. Rolls back to his left. Sets. Looks downfield. Nothing there. Avoids one rusher. All the way to the right. Comes back. Tipped away by number 3, Richard Washington. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Really nice defensive work by Clintondale. Thought he held the ball a long time. He was back there a long time. Moved from one side of the field to the other, and they maintained their coverage. Did an excellent job.
And again, that name Washington, he's also played tailback for Clintondale, and they use a lot of their kids both ways, as often happens in high school. But that was a nice play. All right, 3rd down, 10. Saints at the 45. And I don't know if you start thinking about using 4 downs at this point, down 2 scores with 11:24 left. But Saints dearly need a first down. Augusta fakes to Rubin. Cuts it up. He's got some room. Colin Augusta. Strong run. And he's inside the Dragons 45, and that's a first down.
Should be a first down. Depends on the spot.
And they gave it to him. saw the indication by the referee, and Colin has done a nice job really doing a positive, aggressive run there that time. When he made his cut, he was focused on getting that 10 yards.
He's a powerful runner with speed that you wouldn't imagine. He's a pretty good-sized young man. He runs really hard.
45, first down for St. Clair. Key 3rd down acquisition that time. Really needed that. Augusta. This time Ruba. And he down to about the 40. Gain of 5. Brennan Ruba, sophomore, and kind of certainly Ethan Mon's been the workhorse and a terrific back for the Saints the last 2 years, but Brendan's shown some real signs here.
He has. He's very, very quick, and he runs hard.
He's done a nice job. Augusta this time again to Ruba. Off the right-hand side. It's about 3 or 4 more. It'll be 3rd and about 3. Saints definitely now in 2-down territory, so they'll look to get a first down, but if they don't make it here, I'm sure they'll go for it on 4th down on the inside the Dragons 40. Down under 10 minutes.
Yeah, you're getting to the point now where you're not only playing Clintondale, you're playing the clock.
Augusta Hands it off Rubin. Nice cut. And
Nicely
spins down to about the 32-yard line. That's another first down for St.
Very
Clair.
impressive run.
Because he was hit early
Yes.
on and tore away from the first tackler and then cut it up inside and gained another 4 or 5 yards.
And another nice spin move.
To do that, you have to have good balance and quick feet, and he's showing that so far. All right, Saints now down right at 9 minutes. Nice little drive going here. Augusta turns back to Ruba. 2 split left. That's Turner and Schwieger. Jansen right. Augusta drops back, floats it up. Intercepted by Clintondale. That was number 32, William Bakeman, and that was just a nice play. Never really got it set back there, and the ball floated maybe just a little bit.
And he timed it, got there right when the ball got to the receiver. The receiver was open. The ball would have gotten there had he not intercepted it.
Nice job by Clintondale. They've just played well. They've played a good game tonight, and coming up here, and certainly put on an offensive display, but they've done a good job controlling the Saints' weapons. As they lead 38-22, 8 minutes, 48 seconds left. This is another procedure play, and that'll be called back. They're just not getting set sometimes on that shift, and that's 5 yards, and they'll start out at 1st and 15. All right, now as you said, Coach, the clock starts coming into play. Under 9 minutes. Saints need to hold Clintondale really without any first downs, and
Right
then
now, yes.
need to get the ball back and then get the ball back again. So lots of right up the middle, wide open is Johnson, and again, safety having to make the tackle. And that's really one of the first times that the middle has been open like that.
Absolutely.
It's been mainly on the outside.
Well, again, they spend so much time running around the ends that you kind of anticipate, and if you don't stay on your assignment.
Well, and you got to think, right now you might be dealing with the St. Clair defense getting a little tired.
A little tired, yes.
They've been on the field quite a bit because, frankly, Clintondale's had the ball most of the game, and they've had to cover a lot of territory. Low snap, picked up by Higgins, and he swarmed under by the St. Clair Saints. 62, Logan DeBay was there. And number 30 is Dakota DeMay. And again, that's that snap, which was their trouble in the first half, and that's the first time we've seen that since really the first quarter, I think. Loss of 13 yards, 14 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 23. Well, I'd say watch out for that counter. If I were yelling from the sideline right now. No, it's going to be a pass play. Wide open. Oh, tackled him.
Oops.
He was open, but you got to wait for the ball to get there before you can tackle him. And that was a good call that time.
Yep.
That's going to be pass interference against the Saints, and it'll be first down for Clintondale. Let's see, they're going to mark it at the 40-yard line. Clintondale comes back to the line of scrimmage. Deontay Higgins calls a play, but it looks like it's going to be Washington taking the snap. Quick throw to Higgins. Screen pass. He's got some room. Tackled out of bounds by St. Clair. Let's see who that is. Might be St. James. Jared St. James again with a tackle on the sideline. And give him credit. Jared's played a really good game.
Outstanding game. You know, I'm just looking at the monitor, and the numbers are a lot easier to see on the monitor
Maybe we should try that,
than they are out there.
Snaps taken by Higgins. Cuts it up. And tackled again by St. Clair.
Not that that's easy, but that's all they have to do is keep control of the ball.
Again, Jared St. James on the tackle. Down to 6 minutes, 20 seconds, fourth quarter. Dragons being methodical now, and as you said, for them, hold on to the ball and run the plays. They have another first down, 4 more plays to use. Higgins in the backfield. Takes a snap, cuts it up. Nowhere to go that time, and host of Saints made the play. St. James was in there. Number 52, Parker Greenford was in there. Second down and 10, no gain that time for the Dragons. And they're taking their time, which they should do, in between each play here. Use up the full 25 seconds. Going to be down under 5 minutes, 10 seconds before they snap the ball. Johnson this time goes left. Good tackle that time by St. Clair. Dubé with the tackle. Gain of only 2. Be third down and 8 yards to go. Very simple plays right now by Clintondale, trying, I think, obviously not to make it complicated to turn the ball over, and then just going for,
Just
using the time up as well as getting yardage.
Trying to hold on to the ball as long as possible.
Washington Johnson in the backfield. Washington now rolls right, and he's got room.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
There's nobody there.
Nobody there, and number 3, Richard Washington, streaks down the right sideline for the Dragons. 7th touchdown, I believe, and that one, once he got to the outside, it was all over.
That was one of those. Clintondale has more bodies at the point of attack than we do.
Here it comes. You can see good block by 9 Maizano, but Washington, when he went through there, just not a lot of Saints out there, and really no one came within more than about 7 or 8 yards of him. All right, Saints trail 44-22, doubled up by Clintondale, and another 2-point conversion. Higgins turns it left.
Nope.
Tackled that time by St. Clair, Javero, I think, or Schwieger, Austin Schwieger made the play and stopped it. So with 4 minutes and 4 seconds left, the Dragons lead the Saints 44-22, and I think right now coaches are probably thinking, let's make a good drive here and get some positive feelings out of this game.
Yes.
And be happy we don't have to play the single wing again.
That's right. That's right. And next week you play the spread.
Yeah. It's tough. It's a tough league, and there's no off days, and the Saints going to have to find some answers on defense. It's just been tough tonight. Certainly some excellent play by Clintondale, an unusual offense, and it shows in the score. 44-24, Dragons ahead. Willis again, number 52. He'll be kicking off. Schwieger is deep, but picked up by St. Clair. Oh, that was actually Brendan Ruba, who was playing up and picked up the loose ball, got about 10 yards back.
Oh, that was a nice run.
And the Saints will have it on the 37.
Well, I think you're right. Now, do something positive. Move the ball.
Not going to get 22 points in the
Nope.
3 minutes, 57 seconds.
Something to build on.
But young team and need to get something positive. Augusta back to pass. Short pass to Turner. Did he hold on long enough? I can't tell. What's the call?
Nope.
Nope. And I call that an incomplete pass. All right, second down 10. Count Augusta comes in, brings in the play. Ruba splits right. Augusta rolls left. Tackled in the backfield. Number 53 for the Dragons is Josh Warlick, and beat the block. And as a quarterback, once you have to stop your roll and kind of turn back the other way, that's makes it tough to make an effective play.
Yep.
Third down 21 at this point. Augusta straight back. Deep down the field, in the middle. Picked off by Maizano. And he's got a convoy with him. And he gets it back to the 35-yard line.
Penalty flag.
And a penalty flag on the field. Usually that indicates a block in the back, if I had to bet, or illegal block of some sort when they go from defense to offense. And that'll be a 15-yard penalty that brings the Dragons back close to the 50-yard line.
Well, and uniquely, more often than not, the team that's penalized the most, if there's a substantial difference, usually is on the losing end of the score. That's not the case tonight.
Yep. No, because certainly St. Clair has played a clean game as far as penalties go, but and the Dragons have had a bunch, but it hasn't mattered. And, you know, a penalty on a turnover like that is not exactly devastating, but still, they've had clearly over 100 yards of penalties and hasn't impacted their offense. All right, Washington again, this time rolling left, and a whole slew of blockers out there, and this is going to go again.
There it goes again.
And Richard Washington from the 50, very easily went in all the way.
I think without watching the replay, that was another one of those. We have more players out here than you have.
It certainly looks like it, Coach, that when they pull that strong side, here it goes. You can see there's a lot of white shirts there.
Some nice
Good
blocks
block by
too.
51, and Washington is with his speed. He gets a step like that, and you're not going to catch him. Nice play, well conceived, and again, Dragons score very easily on a very long play, and it'll make it 50-22, and they go to going for a 2-point conversion once again. Ball's on the ground again. And the Saints stop the conversion, and it keeps it at 50-22. And I have to tell you, I think the Saints defense is just tired right
Tired
now.
out right now. Yep. There's no way they can catch him. I'm not sure they can catch him speed-wise. Anyway, but there was no way that he just the fresh legs for rotating the running back for Clintondale.
Yes, they've done a nice job, as you said. That single wing tailback is kind of the do-it-all person for that offense, and they've had Harris back there. They've had Higgins, Washington, Johnson. So they've managed to spread that wealth quite easily, and it's kept them fresh. All right, another low kick.
Oh, that was a kick by Higgins, so it's good to see that he's healthy again.
Nice return.
Nice
Jansen
return.
again, all the way up to the 50. Ian Jansen's had 2 excellent returns this evening, and he's coming off a little gimpy with his leg as well, but a good return by Ian. He gets the ball back to the 50-yard line. Saints will have the ball, 1st and 10, and it's down 50-22. And number 12, Garrison Dombrowski will do the quarterbacking duties here. Give Garrison a chance to get some snaps. Hands off to Artel. Is that 23? Jacob Manano, I think.
No, he's down here.
All right. Just can't tell. Sorry, can't tell who that was. We'll try to come back with it.
Folks, it really is a lot easier on your screen than it is from up here.
That was 28. So it was Jamison Henson had to carry. Gain of 3. Dombrowski, timeout from Clintondale. So Saints with some reserves in, give them a chance to get a little playing time, feel for what's it like, the speed of the varsity game. Garrison Dombrowski, first chance at quarterback. We saw number 28, Jamison Henson, in as well. Certainly Brennan Rubis played quite a bit here in the second half with the injury to Ethan Mon, and Saints using some of their longer players here in the last couple of minutes. '85 is Donovan Borg. He's going to be split left. Number 80 is Colton Dawson. He's split right. Again, Dombrowski under center. Jamison and Ruba behind Dombrowski.
Ooh.
I don't know if that was a fumble or loose ball, and it'll be Clintondale ball. And again, a dragon on the field. And it looks like another cramps. And it's not a warm night, but it's still early in the season comparatively, and it's a lot of football played here tonight, and people run a long way.
Been a lot of running around tonight. Yeah.
All right, minute 24. Dragons up 50 to 24 or 22.
This doesn't look good. Looks like he has cramps in both calves.
Yeah.
There you go. Whoops.
Number 10, Jonathan Moreland, who's played a very nice defensive game. Kind of tries to jog, but that muscle's telling him, no, you're not really going to jog off the field. Let's just walk slowly. All right, first down for Clintondale. they're into a
There you go.
kneel down situation. That'll be second down now. Clock ticks down towards a minute to go. Higgins will take the snap, but I guess, Coach, I mean, we've talked about it all night, kind of the takeaways from this evening for the Saints.
I think on the positive side, their offense is pretty good. They have Ruba, and hopefully Ethan Mon will be back, although I see he's here, still has ice on himself. The quick hitters, I thought Dion did well. I think that the interior line was positive, had a positive game. I think the defense got tired. I think part of it is this offense is just so difficult to strategize against. It runs counter to defensive players' natural instincts to follow the ball. And it doesn't appear to be new to Clintondale. They know how to run this offense and successfully. They've got a stable of backs, and they know what they're doing, and they have speed and power.
All right, well, Clintondale runs out the clock, and they'll come away with a very convincing 50-22 away victory over St. Clair. The Saints will drop to 0-3. Big game next week up in Port Huron against Port Huron Northern. And good game from Ethan Mon as he had a couple touchdowns, and Brendan Ruba, as you mentioned, also had a touchdown for St. Clair, but came up short as they lose 50-22. We'll see you again here a little bit later for the next St. Clair home game. This is John Carter along with Denny White saying good night, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.
This CTV sports presentation has been brought to you by St. Clair Chevy, Buick, GMC, We Care. By Murphy Inn Restaurant and Hotel in St. Clair. North Star Bank, guiding the way. By St. Clair Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, We Care. By Neiman's Family Market. By St. Clair's Ace Hardware. And by CTV Community TV in Marine City and St. Clair.